Oi, eu sou a Lulu e hoje eu tô aqui pra gente continuar fazendo a missão principal do 1.6, né? Só as fadas sabem. Já tem um vídeo aqui no canal onde eu fiz a missão, comecei a fazer a missão, né? E essa daqui é a parte 2. Eu não sei se essa vai ser a última parte, porque eu não faço ideia de quanto tempo demora pra fazer a missão inteira. Mas seguimos aqui, né? Tô voltando lá onde estavam. Ah, a gente tem que recuperar as páginas do livro lá, né? Do menininho que de contos de fadas lá, né? Tem que subir nesses negócios. Ah, que legal.
This page. It's about a fairy exam.
A trilha rumo aos sonhos está longe de ser uma ponte cintilante de arco-íris. Assim como muitas garotas que sonhavam em se tornar fadas, Luluco teve sua inscrição recusada pela Academia das Fadas. Os critérios de seleção deles eram rigorosos ao extremo. Apenas crianças com talentos extraordinários e magia abundante eram consideradas dignas de entrar no Salão dos Sonhos. Isso também era uma forma de proteger quem não tinha magia de sobra. Afinal, lançar feitiços sem magia suficiente era perigoso para o próprio feiticeiro. Como uma entre tantas crianças comuns, as habilidades mágicas de Luluco estavam, no melhor dos casos, a 500 fadinhas de distância de serem consideradas aceitáveis. Mas isso nunca a desanimou. Dia após dia, Luluco estudava na biblioteca e praticava no campo de treinamento. Enquanto as fadas aprendizes aprendiam um feitiço em 3 dias, ela estava disposta a levar 10, 20 dias ou o tempo que fosse preciso, até que as primeiras faíscas de magia surgissem em sua mão. Entretanto, por mais que os livros ensinassem magia, havia algo especial nas lições das fadas veteranas que eles não conseguiam transmitir. Sempre que Luluco repetia as palavras dos livros, o feitiço acabava saindo um pouquinho diferente do esperado.
It says that Luluko called herself a fairy apprentice. But from what the book says.
Pera, eu perdi. Diz que a Luluco foi reprovada no teste da escola de fadas. A Luluco disse ser uma fada aprendiz, mas pelo que esse livro diz, isso não deve ser totalmente verdade. Vamos ver o que está escrito na última
That might not be
página.
the whole truth. Let's see what's written on the last page.
Uma página perdida do livro de contos de fadas. Uma página levemente amassada contando a história do caminho que ela decidiu seguir. Eu acho que aquela era a segunda página, mas como a gente ia saber a ordem?
Let me see. What kind of strange story is this fairy tale about?
Fora de ordem, mas eu não sei qual que é a ordem certa. Quando ele perguntou à nova fada ruiva por que ela desejava se tornar uma fada, Lulu contou a ele a história, que sabia de cor pela 89ª vez. Quando duas luas surgiam no céu, as videiras mágicas pareciam reviver do murchamento, prendendo Luluco firmemente, como se quisessem mantê-la ao seu lado para sempre. Justo quando o luar estava prestes a desaparecer, uma luz quente e poderosa surgiu. Uma fada que passava por ali usou sua gentil magia para salvar Luluco daquela noite terrível. A fada anciã, que nem sequer deixou seu nome, deixou uma semente de sonho no coração de Luluco. Lulu espera que um dia ela possa usar magia para ajudar os fracos como esta fada idosa e trazer felicidade para mais vidas. Eu achei interessante essa parte. Quando duas luas surgiam no céu, as videiras mágicas pareciam reviver do murchamento, porque as fadas são do Reino das Luas Gêmeas, né? No
Luluko?
Infinity Nikki.
Could it be the same Luluko we know?
Tipo a Timis e a
Luluko,
Alison.
fairies, magic, everything lines up. Let's check the other pages. They may have more clues. This story, it's about a sleeping prince.
Há muitos e muitos anos, uma ovelha do sono maligna surgiu de repente no antigo reino. Sua sombra cobriu toda a capital real e o castelo de cristal estava prestes a se tornar seu banquete
A
final.
young prince trapped by a slumber sheep?
Não.
A fairy trying to rescue him? It all feels strangely similar to our current situation.
Lulu Slumber Sheep, the Little Prince, Dreamvale Tales. Duh! I just don't get it.
Espero que esteja na minha mochila para eu terminar de ler, porque fui boicotada pelo evento. Era essa. Vou começar de novo, porque não sei mais. Há muitos e muitos anos, uma ovelha do sono maligna surgiu de repente no antigo reino. Sua sombra cobriu toda a capital real e o castelo de cristal estava prestes a se tornar seu banquete final. Contudo, para impedir que a criatura continuasse com toda aquela destruição, o pequeno príncipe do reino a atraiu até o castelo e, com todas as suas forças, selou para sempre tanto a criatura quanto o castelo. Enfurecida por ter sido enganada, a ovelha do sono lançou uma maldição antes de ser selada. Condenou o pequeno príncipe a um sono eterno, preso em uma solidão infinita dentro do castelo de cristal. No entanto, toda a maldição pode ser desfeita, e ainda havia uma segunda parte dessa história, esquecida pelo tempo. Num futuro distante, uma fada lendária surgiria diante dos portões do castelo de cristal. Com sua poderosa magia, ela derrotaria a ovelha do sono renascida e libertaria o pequeno príncipe de sua solitária prisão, guiando-o a um mundo banhado em luz. Sinto que essa é a Nikki, né? Mas vamos descobrir.
Amazing! The flying pages have returned to normal. Nikki, you really are a fairy, aren't you?
Fairies are just made-up fairy tale characters. Nikki is a stylist, not a fairy.
If Nikki was a fairy like Lulu, she could help me with my homework.
Ah, sim, é pra isso que
And
serve.
you have to do your own homework.
Wait, the Lulu you mentioned, is she the main character of Dreamvale Tales? That's right, the most warm-hearted fairy in all of Dreamvale, Lulu.
She's not a real fairy yet, but she works really hard, and I'm sure she'll become one someday.
Her friend Pepetto is also really cute. He's super smart and has beautiful feathers. Ahem. Oh my goodness, Your Highness. I never expected to see you here. The Slumber Sheep's castle is just up ahead. Are you heading there?
I am, sir. Only by banishing the slumber sheep can I finally return to...
Finn, how could you forget such a critical scene?
I'm not Barnaby, okay? I haven't memorized every single line.
Barnaby? You mean the little boy who summoned Luluco?
Momo, you know Barnaby too? He hasn't been playing with us lately.
Barnaby is Dreamvale Tales' biggest fan. The scene with the slumber sheep and the little prince is his absolute favorite. It's a shame he's not here today. He'd love to talk to Miss Nikki all about Dreamvale Tales.
I'm only telling you this, Miss Nikki. Barnaby doesn't really talk about himself very much, but I can tell he really loves the story of the little prince. Maybe it's because he feels just like the little prince, trapped in a castle and all.
A castle? Barnaby lives in a castle?
Not exactly. It's because Barnaby's parents are always so busy, so he feels really lonely, just like how the little prince was trapped in the castle for so many years. If you ever meet Barnaby, Miss Nikki, you should talk to him about the little prince's story. He'd love that.
That's right. And also, if you happen to see him, Miss Nikki, be sure to tell him to come hang out with us.
I promise.
Finale and Finn, do you still want to ride the Thuddy Squash spin?
Yes, we're going now. Bye, Miss Nikki. Bye, Momo.
Luluco, Pepetto, the Slumber Sheep. Are they all characters from the fairy tale?
It's really strange. But judging from Luluco's reaction, she might not even realize she's a character from a fairy tale.
Should we tell her? She seems to think the fairy tale book is magic.
First, let's find Luluco. When we see her, we'll ask her what's going on.
Então, aparentemente, ela não é uma fada igual a Timmins e a Alison. Até porque a Timmins e a Alison, apesar de serem fadas, elas não parecem ter magia, né?
No other traces of magic! Fairy Nikki! I just checked and there's no trace of any other magic besides us!
Luluko, I have some questions for you.
Sure thing! No matter what you ask, I'll give you the most honest answer.
You told us that you're from Dreamvale, right? But according to what we discovered, Dreamvale only exists in a fairy tale.
A fairy tale? Oh, great fairy! Fairy Nikki, you're incredible! You even mastered the all-knowing spell! All-knowing spell? You've seen through my veil. My pathetic lies can't hold up anymore. I'm sorry, Fairy Nikki. Please let me explain everything. I'm not actually a fairy apprentice. I was born without much magical talent, so the Fairy Academy rejected me. But I've been training hard and using magic to help others. If I try hard enough, maybe one day I'll become a true fairy.
This training you're doing, how's it going?
On the last beginner's magic test, I scored a 60. That sounds pretty good, but out of what? 500. But I've been trying.
Falou
I've used
500 e a
magic to help
legenda
rebuild the
600.
villagers'
Nada a
houses,
ver.
change the kids' shoe colors, and even rescue a little bouncy bunny from a crevice. I know the Fairy Association doesn't want us practicing magic ourselves, but I've never used magic to do bad things.
I believe you. I just don't quite understand. How did you get from the fairy tale book to here?
I only remember being summoned by Barnaby's wish. Are fairy tale books magical? I'm sorry, my knowledge is a bit limited. I've got a question too. If Luluko can already use magic, why does she insist on being a fairy? Compared to real fairies, I'm just a novice. They're powerful, kind, and the very embodiment of miracles to everyone. When a fairy appears, she wipes away teardrops flickering in the candlelight, soothes the deep longings under the moonlight, and softens the late night's furrowed brows. I want to be like them, mastering more powerful magic, fulfilling my dreams, chasing away evil, and making the world a better place. I didn't mean to cause trouble, and I don't know why this is happening, but I'll take responsibility. With your help, I'm sure this crisis will get resolved.
Of course. The most urgent thing now is to find the slumber sheep. We'll talk about the rest later.
Thank you for your understanding, Fairy Nikki. Let's head to the riverbank up ahead and find a nice open spot to summon Pepetto.
Estranho, pensei ter visto alguma coisa ali do lado.
Yeah, it's nice and open here. We won't have to worry about Pepetto falling and hitting a tree when he appears. It's a special spell I use to summon Pepetto. Just wave the fairy wand, picture Pepetto's face, and chant, Pepetto, Pepetto, time to go, time to show.
What a powerful summoning spell! Usually, Luluko has to spend hours getting me down from the magic vortex.
Pepetto, we fixed the fairy wand. Find any clues about the slumber sheep?
Of course. Even though I turned to stone, Illumiwing's instincts never fade. The slumber sheep has hidden itself inside an aerial maze. It's tucked deep inside the maze's heart. But since only one of us has wings, we'll need to find another way up there.
Right now, I don't really think I can learn how to fly.
Maybe we don't need to. What about some sort of vehicle? Are there any magical flying vehicles in Dreamvale?
Magical flying vehicles? Let me think. Oh, what's that round thing over there?
That's one of Stoneville's amusement features. I saw a few kids sitting inside spinning around earlier. I think Finelli called it the Buddy Squash Spin.
That's it! If we use Morphing Spell to turn Pepetto into a Thuddy Squash carriage, he can carry us and fly straight to the Slumber Sheep's lair.
Like the time we flew over Big Squash Valley? You turned me into a big shell bug with rabbit teeth and a dog's head.
Can we trust this plan?
Only a senior fairy can master this magic. If I try it, it'll probably go wrong. But if it's you, Fairy Nikki, you'll definitely succeed.
It's a good plan, but the Slumber Sheep's curse is too powerful. The transformation won't last long. You'll need to get in fast.
Yeah, got it. I can't wait to ride the Stone Lumiwing Thuddy Squash carriage.
Fairy Nikki, it's time to cast the Morphing Spell. Once Pepetto turns into a carriage, we'll set off together and defeat the Slumber Sheep.
Okay.
Plano muito louco, transformar o bicho numa carruagem.
Actually, I kind of forgot the morphing spell. Maybe you could remind me?
It will be an honor to help you, Fairy Nikki. Think of the object and the transformation. Then chant, Pepetto, Pepetto, from feather to carriage you go! With strong belief and plenty of magic, it'll work for sure. All right, Fairy Nikki, show us your most splendid morphing spell.
Ela nem falou nada.
Wow, great job, Fairy Nikki! You transformed Pepetto to a cart in a snap!
Come on, Luluko. Together we'll defeat the Slumber Sheep.
We're coming for you, Slumber Sheep! Look out!
Desculpa pelas travadinhas das screenshots, gente, mas é tão bonitinho que eu
Hopefully
quis
the
tirar.
magic lasts long enough for us to get there. Anyway, next time, can you try to not turn my feathers into a carriage again?
Meu
Great
Deus.
fairy above. As a Lumiwing at my age, I really should take more care to look after my feathers.
Huh? But the morphing spell is supposed to transform you entirely into...
What's wrong? Did the morphing spell go wrong?
I think I mixed up the morphing spell and the plume spell. Sorry, Pepetto. Sorry, Fairy Nikki. I'll read the Elementary Magic Compendium 100 more times. I won't mess things up again.
Oh, thank the great fairy. At least it was just my feathers that transformed. If we'd mixed up something like stupefying magic, that would have been... I feel really tired now. Fairy Nikki, I won't go inside and slow you down. I'll just wait for you here.
Okay, but make sure you stay safe.
As a Lumiwing, I'm excellent at going with the flow. I'll just wait here for you to defeat the Slumber Sheep and transform me back.
Don't worry, Pepetto. We'll handle the Slumber Sheep quickly.
That's right. Take it from me. Fairy Nikki is very skilled.
I believe in you. The Slumber Sheep's aura is deep within the maze. Please be extra careful.
Nikki, the Slumber Sheep should be deep in the maze. Let's proceed with caution.
Tem que encontrar os animais petrificados e sair do labirinto. Também tem 9 baús aqui, né? Eu tô vendo. Mas eu quero fazer um vídeo separado para encontrar os baús. Então, mesmo se eu ver algum no caminho, eu não vou pegar agora.
That stone ahead seems to have the Slumber Sheep's magical aura lingering on it. Let's check it out. slumber sheep's magic, just like
Ai,
the
gente, esse
petal.
lugar é muito
I can sense a
bonitinho.
lot more similar auras around here.
These must be the lost animals Mr. Caleb mentioned. Come on, let's rescue all
São
of them
só
at
dois,
once.
pelo visto. Só tem dois aqui em cima. Só que tem que achar o caminho do labirinto, né? Eu sou péssima nessas coisas. Olha as ovelhinhas. Ai, é muito bonitinho, gente. Isso acendeu. Já tava aceso e eu não vi. Aqui tem um baú, mas como eu disse, eu não vou. Dura que assim, eu não sei se eu consigo fazer vídeo mostrando pra vocês onde estão os baús, porque assim, não tem mapa aí como que eu vou mostrar como chegar no baú? Sinto que as moedas talvez sejam... Ó, tem outro baú aqui. As moedas talvez sejam pra ajudar a saber onde a gente já passou. Triluz, eu quis dizer por moedas, né? Isso seria o outro lado?
Magical aura.
Ah, o outro
More
bichinho
petrified
tá aqui.
animals over there too. All right. Now there shouldn't be any more petrified animals in the maze.
Hopefully all the animals will make it safely back to their homes.
Olha, dá pra subir. Caramba! Acho que isso é a saída, né?
There are Earthlings here too.
Maybe they were drawn here by the evil magic of the slumber sheep. We'll need to purify them.
Tem escada ali, mas eu quero subir pelos negocinhos. Sinto que aqui embaixo vai ter alguma coisa. Olha, um baú. Mas eu não vou pegar.
Look, it's Barnaby.
Ah, o menininho.
It's the slumber sheep.
Eita, essa ovelha tá pistola, a cara dela.
Fairy Nikki, focus all your magic into the fairy wand.
O Momo tentando atrair. Não ajudou em nada.
Watch me.
Nikki!
O jabá, eu quero completar. Completei só na outra conta.
Lulu, go!
É os bichinhos que estavam transformados em pedra. Ganhei recompensa. Ah, acho que é porque eu fiz o primeiro labirinto, né? Porque fez barulhinho de que eu ganhei alguma coisa. 100 diamantes, nice. Vou poder dar outro pull no
Is
banner.
everyone okay? That was so
Tô indo
scary.
de 1 em 1, gente. Tá
I'm
difícil a
fine,
vida.
but I think Luluko fainted. Is she okay?
It's probably because of the strong magical shock. Luckily, she's not hurt. She just needs some rest. I'll take her to a place with lots of magic. Pretty soon, she'll wake up.
Onde é o lugar com muita magia?
This is...
A minha asa
Are you
ficou na
okay,
frente do
Barnaby?
menino.
Are you hurt?
I think I had a very long dream. What happened? I remember I made a wish to that special wish bottle for Luluko to appear by my side, and then she really showed up. After that, everything's a blur.
Foi o desejo dele.
I didn't expect my wish to cause so
Trouxe os
much
personagens
trouble.
do livro pro
I'm
mundo
so
real.
sorry, Miss Nikki.
It's okay, Barnaby. Oh, earlier I met your friends in the village. They told me you love the story of the little prince from Dreamvale Tales, right?
Yes. My mom and dad are always working, so I'm often home alone, even during Playful Hearts Day. I wish for Luluko to be here with me, just like she went to the castle to save the little prince, and take me away from my own castle.
Maybe you could try escaping your castle yourself.
Escape my castle myself?
Your friends told me that you don't ever share your troubles, that you tend to keep them to yourself. The truth is, they all care deeply about you and quietly look out for you. It's like in fairy tales, where sunflowers chase the sun, and moonstones reflect the moon. Just like Pepetto and Luluko never part from each other's side.
And just like me and Nikki.
The prince in the story was cursed by a slumber sheep, but your parents aren't scary slumber sheep. If you're feeling lonely, try talking to them. In reality, your parents are also your fairies, and they would love to listen to your thoughts. Of course, if you ever need help, Momo and I will happily be your friends.
Thank you, Miss Nikki and Momo. I may not understand it all yet, but I'll try. Nikki, after watching you, I'm starting to understand why Luluko wanted to be a fairy so bad. Ugh. I
Pronto,
wonder when
agora o Momo
Luluko
também
will
acha
wake
que a
up.
Nikki é uma
And
fada.
a fairy wand. It's basically a busted-up kid-sized fishing rod now.
Speaking of which, we do still have time to collect Fey Whisper fruits and fix the fairy wand.
I'll help too. Miss Nikki, you've been working so
mas não
hard
consertou a
because of me.
varinha?
I should help out too.
Barnaby! Barnaby!
Oh, it's Finn and the others. Miss Nikki, let's go talk to them. Once they know Luluko's in trouble, they'll all want to help out too. And I don't want to leave their side again.
Que bonitinho esse menininho.
Barnaby, where did you run off to the other day? Why didn't you come hang out with us?
Yeah, Barnaby, we painted a beautiful pattern on the Bearsod toy today, and Miss Nikki even joined in to help. You missed it.
Let me explain. I have something really important I need your help with. Something important? What is it? Luluko's in trouble. We all need to gather materials to help fix her fairy wand.
Is this one of the stories in Dreamvale Tales? I don't remember that part.
It's not a story. It's real. Finn, Luluko's in danger. You'll help her, right?
Of course.
And you, Finelli, you'll help too,
Nossa, que
right?
nome é esse?
Of course. I love Luluko most of all.
Well, if Luluko's in danger, then maybe... What can we do to help? Miss Nikki, how do we fix the fairy wand? If we all help, we'll fix it in no time.
Barnaby, you've been gone for so long, and with the way you're talking about Luluco and the fairy wand, have you been reading too many fairy tales?
Did Luluco really appear? And do you think she can turn me into a scarf moth?
I'll explain
Look
everything
at some
later,
cachepos.
but first we need to fix the fairy wand.
This should be good to go. Next up is the wand's core.
Nikki! Momo! Luluco's awake!
Uma varinha de bênção com núcleo mágico quebrado. Uma varinha quebrada por um poder mágico avassalador. Embora seu cabo tenha sido consertado a tempo, o núcleo continua ressecado e trincado, incapaz de reagir, assim como sua mestra. Oh, não! Dá pra ir aqui pelos... Ah, tá fechado. Ai, que saco. Não cai não, por favor. Ai, Deus.
What about the slumber sheep? The maze! Barnaby! Is everyone safe?
Don't worry, Luluco. We've already banished the slumber sheep.
That's great! And everyone's all right now!
Luluco, how do you feel now? You've been unconscious for a while.
I'm good! I feel refreshed, and my magic is slowly coming back. I feel amazing.
Luluco, I was going to say, it seems like your magic hasn't really recovered at all.
Well, my magic has always been pretty weak, so the difference is pretty small.
No, not that. There's really none at all.
Oh,
I can
no.
feel my magic slowly returning, so yours should be too.
Oh, no.
Could there be other curses that haven't been dispelled? Once my magic is fully restored, I'll seek out the remaining monsters.
Exactly. We're also trying to fix the wand's core. Don't worry, Luluco. We'll help you restore your magic.
Ela perdeu
Fairy
a
Nikki?
magia.
Pepetto, you... Don't waste your time.
Não.
It turns out that accidentally, I used up the last of my magic. I don't think I can restore it anymore.
Used all of it?
Was it during the battle with the slumber sheep? When you touched me, I felt a warm energy. That was it, right?
I told you! If you use up all your magic before the slumber sheep disappears, you'll stay a Barasant forever!
Is there still a way to turn her back? There must be a way, right?
No need to worry. The only reason I wanted to become a fairy was to gain stronger magic, to drive away evil and bring happiness.
Que triste.
Although I may never become a fairy again, I don't regret what happened, because I helped drive away the slumber sheep. I'm really just so happy to have met all of you here, and to have experienced this journey together.
Are you going back to the fairy tale?
There's a power. It's drawing us back to Dreamvale.
But we haven't finished fixing the fairy wand.
It's okay, Nikki. The fairy wand will get fixed, and I'll be just fine. I'll keep helping everyone with fixing their houses, changing colors, rescuing stuck animals, and so much more. I believe one day our wishes will all come true. Even if I'm just a Barasant, I'll keep trying. Anyway, now I actually think Barasants are pretty cute. There aren't any Barasants in Dreamvale yet. How unique! Goodbye, Fairy Nikki!
Bonitinha, ela continua positiva mesmo
Lulu,
tendo perdido a magia.
Everyone who's heard your story will always believe in you. Thank you. You'll become the greatest fairy ever. We'll meet again one day.
Esse menininho não tava aí.
Far away in Dreamvale, there is a girl, and her name is Luluco.
Ela também tem
She
cabelo
wanted
rosa.
to be a fairy, bringing happiness to others. But her path was fraught with difficulty. One day, she arrived in a magical land and met the most powerful fairy she had ever seen. The pink-haired fairy with her cat messenger
Que lindo.
called upon her old friends,
Que
igniting
bonitinho.
hope. She gathered heartfelt essence and repaired the fairy wand. They raced through the skies, soaring over clouds and
Que
endless
lindo, gente. Eu
horizons.
amei essas ilustrações.
On they continued. They subdued mischievous monsters and even woke a sleeping prince. As they parted, the pink-haired fairy's powerful and heartfelt blessing infused the fairy wand with boundless magic. And Luluco finally became the fairy she'd always dreamed of.
Que linda. Olha, aquele lá é o bichinho de pedra, o pássaro.
But she would never forget her pink-haired friend who created a miracle.
Ai, que bonitinho.
The story in the book has become Miss Nikki and Luluco's story.
Whoa! Luluco became such a powerful fairy!
Luluco, that's amazing.
Barnaby?
Finn, actually...
Were you just talking to a Barasant?
Ai, meu
That
Deus.
Barasant kept going coo-coo-coo-coo-coo, and then coo-coo-coo-coo-coo, and it even glowed. Then whoosh, it disappeared.
Barnaby, when did you learn the Barasant language? I want to learn it too.
Well,
Also, didn't you say Luluco came to the real world? Why did you call that Barasant Luluco then?
You're not gonna tell me that Barasant's name is Luluco, are you?
actually... Oh, I get it.
What is it?
This must be Miss Nikki and Barnaby's Playful Hearts program, a Dreamvale Tales stage play. Miss Nikki, your acting was amazing. You were so into it, even with a Barasant. It was all just so touching.
But how did the Barasant end up in the book? Did Miss Nikki do that?
It's obviously a special effect Miss Nikki prepared. Nikki used her whim to make the performance even more exciting.
So that's why you disappeared for so long, Barnaby. You were preparing for this. Darn it, I
Adorei
can't
que a
be
moça
upstage.
arrumou uma desculpa
Finale,
pra
let's
gente.
do a story about the Great Fairy and the Princess.
I forgot. They can't understand what Luluco says.
Miss Nikki, this book, please take it. It's a record of your epic adventures with Luluco. It's one of a kind and you deserve to have it. Also, everyone made it through safely thanks to you, Miss
Essa razão pra
Nikki.
missão não foi uma boa ideia.
I just realized that Luluco and Pepetto are just like Nikki and me. They're always there for each other, ready to face any adventure.
Now Luluco and Pepetto are continuing their adventure, and Momo and I will continue ours. Barnaby, you need to continue your adventure too.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Barnaby, where did you find a Barasant that can act? I want one too.
Me too.
Terminamos a missão. Essa não foi tão longa, né? Só teve 2 partes. Contos da Várzea dos Sonhos. Um livro de fadas agora repleto de conteúdo novo. Talvez os contos de fadas sejam apenas sussurros criados pela imaginação. E as fadas, seres de fantasia. Mas esse encontro, essa amizade, é real, transformada em palavras e passada de geração em geração. Imortalizada nas histórias. Ganhamos o croquis da varinha, né? Vamos ver o que precisa para fabricar. Eu já tenho todos os materiais, então vou fabricar. Ela é 3 estrelas na moda. Tem a tag retrô, né? E é isso. Foi bem mais curta, né, do que, por exemplo, a historinha da Ilha da Serenidade, né, que foi da versão anterior. Mas lá era um mapa novo, né, aqui não. E assim, por mais que tenha sido curta, eu gostei bastante da historinha. Eu achei bem fofinha. De novo, eu vou falar o que eu falei antes, que eu acho que o pessoal que reclama da infantilização do jogo talvez não goste, mas em side quest eu realmente não me importo. Foi uma historinha muito bonitinha. Eu gostei que, tipo, o final não foi, um finalzinho feliz, bonitinho, tá? Que no fim, na historinha, falou que ela virou uma fada no fim das contas, mas teve aquele momento ali que a gente achou que não tinha mais solução. Então eu achei bem legal, assim, não achei tão bobo e bem fofinho. Eu gostei bastante. Então, é isso pra esse vídeo. Se você gostou de acompanhar a historinha aí comigo ou quer só apoiar o canal, deixa o seu like no vídeo que me ajuda muito. Agora sim, tendo terminado a história, comenta aqui embaixo pra mim. Pode dar spoiler, se você quiser. Mas comenta o que você achou da historinha. Claro que a gente preferia que nas novas versões viesse a história principal, mas a esse ponto eu meio que já aceitei que eu acho que vai ser só no 2.0 que vai ter história nova relacionada à história principal, né? Então eu tô só aproveitando o que a gente tem até o momento, né? E se inscreve no canal para mais dicas e gameplay de Infinity Nikki. A gente se vê no próximo vídeo, então. Tchau, tchau!